I think I'm live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you had a great weekend and are having a great weekend. And I'm excited for what messages will come through today. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll get started and bring in some beautiful, beautiful love energy from above. That eternal, unconditional love energy, the essence of the creator of all things, our mother, our father. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there and all of you that are mother and father to children. You are strong and brave and patient, and I'm so happy you chose to have children and not me. But happy Mother's Day to everyone. All right. So I will hit the singing bowl 3 times. And as we do that, just imagine a beautiful, beautiful flood of eternal, unconditional love energy flowing down into our hearts, filling us up into our minds, into our thoughts, into our hearts, into our emotions, into our energetic fields, our meridians, our auras, our chakras, into our physical bodies, into all of our organs and our bloodstream, our cells, and then filling up our lives, flowing out to the world and letting it do whatever it needs to do out there, it wants to do to help raise the love vibration of the planet. We can do our part in raising our own love vibration, and we do that by easy way by gratitude. So if we think of one thing that we're grateful for in this moment and just thank the creator for it, it allows us to receive messages from spirit, and also it allows us to receive more of what we're grateful for. So a win-win, right? All right, so let's begin. If you want to join me, I'm going to take a big deep breath in. And here we go. Hmm. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and do that. I can always tell when people join in. Energy is so amplified. So thank you so much for doing that. So welcome everybody. Happy weekend, Zen friends. Good to see everyone. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. I am so happy to have you here. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. We've got a great group of Zen friends full of love and great senses of humor, two things that definitely help us on this journey of humanity for sure. And there's always room for more Zen friends. So welcome, welcome. You are definitely welcome here. How the free readings work, real quick. We go down the chat, first come, first serve, and and there's no special list or anything. You just put your question out there. If you don't want to put your business out there, I get it. Or if you don't know what question you want to ask, but you want to hear from spirit, you can just ask for a general reading. And for free readings, we pull 1 to 2 cards. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I step out of the free readings, prioritizing those, and we also dive deeper, pulling more cards for that. We get into the juice, into the tea, as they say, around things. So if you're interested, you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. We do have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. I don't have any set dollar amounts because I know everyone's income and cost of living and the rate of exchange all across the United States, across the world is different. So whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. After that, I return back to the main chat, and then my YouTube channel members do get second priority over the donations. You'll see their names in green with little badges. We've got Ashish here. Hey, Ashish. And Midnight Dragonfly. Hey, Midnight. And then Sean G. Hello, hello. Moonlight 5. I see you there. Hello. And I think that might be it. Let's scroll to the top here. Oh, no, we got Christina Lowe. How could I forget you? You were in the beginning. Hello, my dear. Good to see you. All right. And if you're interested in becoming one of my YouTube channel members, I have two levels: Zen Cricket at $2.99 a month, and then also Praying Mantis at $7.99 a month. And in addition to getting prioritized during these sessions, on Thursdays, normally it's Thursday, this next week it's Wednesday, but usually on Thursdays, we have 2 to 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours with unlimited tarot readings. We do oracle readings. You can't see them. I'm pointing at all these oracle cards and past life readings and whatever else we want to do. So we could do that. Um, how could you? I know. My gosh, I must be blind not to see the light, Christina. I love it. um, and then then I totally got off my track here. That's funny. But in addition to Thursday nights, my Praying Mantis members we get together on Friday and Saturday nights, and after this Sunday afternoon session too, about an hour, hour and a half, and they also, my Praying Mantis members, get advanced access to all the videos I put out. In addition to going live, I have full moon and new moon videos each month when the sun changes signs. Zen Portal, where we have 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. We have one every month. We have a quest video that talks about how to use your mental energy, emotional energy, your attraction energy, your physical energy, your ethereal energies, just all of that. We have a weekly Zen Bite too. It's a little short video talking about how to come back to our Zen or maintain our Zen. Also, quarterly solstice and equinox readings for each element too. So a lot of videos out, and we put them out in advance, 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes a month. So if you're interested, there is a link in the description box down below on how to become a YouTube channel member. We do have, of course, speaking of new and full moon videos, Scorpio full moon tomorrow. We're already in the Scorpio full moon energy since like yesterday, late afternoon, until like I think it's Tuesday morning this week. Sagittarius, we're moving into Sagittarius, but we got this beautiful, watery, deep, seeking, emotional energy going on. And I'm sure all of you have been feeling that energy for at least a week because of how connected you are to the moon and to spirit. So be sure to check those out. I also, each week on Sundays, like today, I put out a social media post, I think called, what is it? The Riding the Moontide. And it's talks about all the moon changes throughout the week and any other significant astrology, changing of planets, energy, at least signs. Uh, so it gives you a heads up of what's going on. If you're like me, I look at it today and then tomorrow I'm like, what's going on? So every day that there's a change, I also post a separate social media post. So if you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or in the community tab of this YouTube channel, you will see those. Actually put it out early this morning or earlier. So be sure to check those out because we can, you know, ride the astral energy waves or get smacked around by them. And so we can use the most of that energy. Let's see. I think that was a lot of the blah, blah, blah I wanted to talk about. Let me just bring over my notes here. So happy Mother's Day. I did say that. Scorpio moon. We got the other. Oh, yeah. The other thing. I knew there was one more thing. Big gratitude for everyone, all my subscribers. We've reached over 2,400. And so I'm going to put out a video next week, maybe Monday, Tuesday-ish, um, celebrating reaching 2,400. And I'm going to be giving away some free personal recorded readings. So keep an eye out for that if you are following me. Make sure if you're subscribed to select all so you get notified of all the videos that come out so you can get into the skinny on that. I know, woohoo! I love giving away stuff. Haven't given away free readings, I think, since January, February. So we're going to do that. All right. I think that's everything. So we do have some donations. So we will start there. Let me just make sure I have everyone listed down here. Oh, okay. We had another one. Right, let me just put that in here. So I have it. And we'll be good here. All right. So we will start off with Christina Lowe and then Shanae Govender, Patty ×2, Melissa ×2, Moonlight 5, and then to Sonali Thakur. If I'm murdering your name, I'm so sorry. I'm changing today since I was on. We had a 6-hour session and then a 2-hour session, and then my Praying Mantis members, and then another 2-hour session. I do get tired of looking at the same cards. Maybe it's my Aquarius energy, but we're going to move to the change tarot for today. And I changed to these last night in the last session because I'm like, I just want to see some different colors, some different shapes. All right, so that's what we're going to use. All right, and we'll jump in here. So, hey, everybody. So good to see everyone. Welcome, welcome. I love feeling everyone's energy. Okay, so let us jump up here. So let me make sure I'm grabbing timestamp. So Christina, hello, you are up. So let's move my little mouse out of the way here. Okay. All right, there we go. Now I can type. Oh, hold on. It's being picky here. There we go. All right. So Christina, let's put your timestamp down here. And for everyone, if you don't know, I do use timestamps now. I know, how high tech can I get? It's not very high tech, but at the end of the session, I do post a pinned comment listing all the readings and the timestamps. So if you have to post your question and go live life, I get it. If you come back after the stream, you can look in that the pinned comment, and then you can see. When you're reading this, and just click on the timestamp, it'll take you right to your reading. So very cool. All right. So Christina, thank you so much for your donation. And look, 8 months of member. I'm so grateful. Happiest of Mother Days to all you lovely mothers from Christina. Thank you for that. And for your donation, your little hearts. I am doing well today. You feel a spark and it feels happy. I love that. And I hope today's amazing for you as you are. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I did text you about yesterday morning. I got so busy, I forgot to tell you I sent you your email. So just in case, I'm sorry. All right, here we go. So you're wondering if any mothers on the other side have anything they'd like to tell you. You love them all, even the ones you do not yet remember and have not yet met. Oh, I love that. You say things so beautiful. So let's take a look here. All right. So what messages from mothers on the other side? Oh, I like this. I feel like there's one more. I feel like this is it. Because it kind of looks like a little, let me move them down here a little bit. Kind of looks like a little flower arrangement. So they're giving a little bouquet to you here. We figured it would be around love, right? So the bottom of the deck, you do have the Knight of Cups. The quest for the chalice, the Holy Grail, the quest for love, right? And more importantly, the quest for our self-love. And so there is this great energy just coming in right away, this movement, this celebration of the quest that you're on, and a celebration of the steps that you're taking to fill yourself up with love and how you let it fill you up and overflow out to the world. So I love that. We'll look at the stem here first. And you have down here the Three of Pentacles. Yes, this is a great energy of being true to you and the mothers joining together on the other side of celebrating you, being unique and true to you and your authentic self and living your authenticity, and how it can be hard at times to be true to, you know, to yourself, but they they celebrate that you're all about flying your freak flag, right? About I'm going to be who I am, and if people don't like it, oh well, And I love that because they're telling. There's like this message that it's so important for us to do that for ourselves, but how the message that you give others when you do that is that it's okay for them to be themselves too. And it makes everyone a little bit braver that you run into about them being and expressing themselves. So I love that. I still crack up and I have it saved on my phone of from St. Patty's Day with your super crazy glasses, and I love that. And I love how you express it, and this is what they're showing me is like, yes, you're yourself, you're this bright light, and you give people not that they need your permission, but it's in a way you're showing and giving people permission to be themselves, as well, and they love that. You also have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, this is a bit of the stem that happened here where you have learned over time to, peel away those fears, the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets that ever made you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted. And this is a celebration with the Eight of Swords of flow and moving through that too. So I love that they're celebrating you being you and the steps you've taken to be able to be that and to do that more and more and more comfortably as well. So I like that. Then we'll move to the little blossoms on the side here. You've got the Five of Cups. Yep. So this is the movement of lower vibration to higher vibration. And because you did this, especially emotional energy, because you did this for yourself and you continue to do this for yourself, um, you also by your actions, you've shown like your children and other people how to do that as well, and that they're not stuck in something and how you approach like your emotional choices differently in a situation. Like I could totally see you like giggling at a funeral because I know I would. I get full of the energy of the other side and all that love that we feel. It's like it's hard not to smile and to feel the sense of people on the other side and everyone else is, mourning and I'm trying to I gotta go outside because I'm about to giggle and laugh. And that's that Five of Cups. It's the movement of emotional energy from a lower place to a higher place. And so I love that. Again, they're celebrating that. We had to have Mother Moon come in here, of course. So you're very connected to the moon energy. And and so it's good to be aware of it. Like we that's a big message that I've had my life because I have a water moon and a Pisces moon, Pisces stellium, all this water in my chart outside of it needed to be balanced with my Aquarius sun and my Capricorn rising. They're all about the mind. And all this emotional energy kind of balances everything out. But I am very impacted by the moon and had been all my life. And it's um, so important. That's why I started doing these Sunday and weekly postings about the moon energy, what it brings, so we can be aware of it and use it for our most, and what we can be aware of and beware of, the tendency that the moon can take us into to make it an easier path. And I feel like it hasn't been an easy path with the emotional flood of all the energy you feel. Um, so it's important to just be aware of it. Being aware of it kind of just makes it easier to understand in that it's not me going out of my mind, but that it's, "Oh, we're at a moon in Scorpio, so I'm going to feel intense. I'm going to feel big emotion, bigger than normal, amplified by this full moon." And then I can also understand why people are woohoo, too. So it's a good energy to understand. All right. Yeah. And you have the Six of Swords next to the Eight of Swords. which is a movement as you continue to leave behind thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore, letting old fears go, and you've been replacing them with higher and higher uh, perspectives from above. It allows you this move, and I feel like this is more like right now in this moment of your life that there is transition, transformation, because you've been doing this throughout your life, but I feel like there's some big things that you really have let go over the last 6 months. I'm feeling like 6 months ago is when it started. So whatever kind of ignited, it took things to a new level even for you, and it took you to like the depths of your subconscious a little more, and it's you've been allowed, not allowed, but you've allowed yourself to release things so that you can move forward. So I like that. Again, it feels very celebratory here, where they're giving you this bouquet, and the mothers of the other side are, acknowledging what you've done. Yeah, and the some so you have the 6, the 7, of the 8 of swords at the top here, which the 7 of swords is all about letting go of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that used to deceive you, and forgiveness of people who deceived and betrayed in the past, and how in doing that, you freed yourself from a lot of things too. So I love that. Yeah, we can giggle together. We're like, "Are they okay?" They're crying really. You know how, you know, when people are into a Kleenex, but it looks like they're crying, but they're laughing. That would be us. So I love that. All right, let's see what here. We almost went through all of my other fortune cookies yesterday, so I'm brought in these guardian angel cards for our fortune cookies today for donations. So every donation gets a little fortune cookie after the end of the reading, a little extra message. So these are guardian angel messages. Let's see what your guardian angel has to say here. So we've got these beautiful cards here, and we've got affirmation. Here, this is what we were doing. They were all affirming you right now. Be aware of your language and thoughts. The most powerful statement you can ever make, think, or feel is thank you. Be grateful for all the blessings in your life. As we acknowledge the divine order of life, the universe responds with ever greater blessings. You are a powerful creator. All you say and think resonates through your heart of creation, and creation responds accordingly. I love that. Beautimus Maximus. So there you go. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. And then we move into Shanae Govender. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct. Let's put your timestamp out here. Hey, hi, how are you? Good, I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well as well. Thank you so much for your donation. Let me see. Let me give these a love and a like. So let's do that. And Shanae. So you would like to, oh, I'm sorry. That says Shanae and then May, but I like calling you Shanae now. It's your new nickname. Sorry. Um, so you want to know, may you know, how Kyle truly feels towards you. You're in no contact for a while, and honestly, I don't like the hot and cold energy. Yeah, right? It feels like the flu. So just want confirmation if you should move on or wait. Please and thank you. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Hot and cold. I get it. I get it. All right. So let's take a look here. Let's scroll down so I can see you here. You like your nickname, Shanae? So I'm glad you're good. Good. All right. So tell us about the dude. You know, by the time I get to Sundays, after doing readings for what, 3, 4, 5 hours on Friday night, and then probably almost 12 hours on Sunday. By the time I get to, I mean, Saturday, by the time I get to Sunday, I am kind of giddy and drunk in spirit. So I'm glad you guys put up with it. All right, let's take a look here. You know, bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles. And this energy really is bringing in here. I'm just connecting into their energy, and the hot and coldness makes sense because they've been defining their self very strongly by the outside world. And the thing with the Four Pentacles, it teaches us that when we define ourselves by relationships, by situations like jobs, education, etc., and by things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, all those things are unstable in the outside world. And so we feel unstable. Thus, the instability of the hot and cold. One minute they're this, the next minute they're not, because they're on shaky ground. And so their life is constantly, their worth is constantly changing because they're, focusing on that in the outside world. So it's like someone trying to bring something like a full cup of coffee to you on a rocking ship, and by the time they get it to you, it's empty, right? So it's like, well, it's human of them, and so we can have we can give them grace. Doesn't mean we have to put up with it, but we can understand. Well, I understand why you're hot and cold, but it doesn't mean that I have to continue to order coffee from them when they arrive with a cold cup of coffee that's only this much left in the bottom, right? So we'll find out more here about change, and you know tell us about how they're feeling, what's going on, and let's just get a skinny here and see what energy is there. And you can be like, "Meh, I'm not so thrilled about continuing to do that," or you're like, "Oh, I see the storm is going to be ending here because on a boat, when it's in a storm." But when it's on smooth waters, then they can bring you a full cup of coffee and it'd be wonderful, right? So let's see if the storm ends soon. All right, I love this analogy. So we got the Page of Pentacles, which is a new opportunity opening up in the outside world, and the King of Cups, which is a balanced individual between head and heart. Look at, here's the calm waters I was talking about. You can't make this up, right? So there's this smooth ship in the horizon, but is this them or is this someone else? Let's find out. We got the Ace of Pentacles. All right, so you have the Page and the Ace. This is a new opportunity out here. What's underneath here too? The Two of Swords. Yeah. So this is a fork in the road energy here. So with the Page and the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, I want my water to be calm, calm. Yeah, and I definitely feel like this energy. This is not them. This King of Cups is someone who's very compatible. It's one of my you know, kind of dream person energies where it's like, oh, we just fit so well and it's such a good balance and it's such a good fit. And with this calm thing in the background, I do feel like this is someone else. I don't feel like it's them. So it's like I'm abandoning ship and I'm going on to a calmer ship because it's funny now they're showing me you're realizing, wait a minute, you know, all these this other ship out here is calm. It isn't the water that's making it's them. It's like if you've ever been like on a canoe or like a little rowboat with someone and they stand up and they're out of balance, so it's making the canoe go, "Oh my god, don't turn it over." And whoo, psh, and they fall into the water. Well, you're realizing the rocky boat is them, not the waters. So this is why I feel like it is a nudge to move forward and move on because there's something more fitting. All right, and then if we needed to to get confirmation, Ace of Wands, new passion, someone you don't know. So this isn't a reactivation. and the King of Wands. So this feels like a fire signy type of energy that you're moving toward. So I don't feel like it's worth continuing to invest because you're like, this boat been rocking for too long, and I'm ready to move into calmer waters. For someone that's this equal giving and receiving, someone that what we deserve to be with someone like us that gives the same amount of love and attention. People that text back at the same speed that we do, that we're not like, and that disappear. How like you're texting and you're right in the middle of this great conversation and suddenly they stop responding and you're like, did you get murdered or something? Because um yeah, every once in a while we understand if we get interrupted and there's an emergency and I don't have time to say, oh my god, I'll be right back. um that's polite, that's um respectful, and so you deserve the same respect that you want to give and to receive, right? Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you're genuine, you would expect the same. And that's okay. I mean, not everyone will be like us and exactly like us. Um, and that's okay, but there needs to be enough of the where we fit like a glove, right? It's like at least, there's 5 finger holes for the glove to fit. There it's not like 3 where 2 of your fingers, like, oh, this is gonna be weird. But there is this, person here, and I love that they got the King of Cups, the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You do have the King of Pentacles too. All of this does feel very emperor like because the emperor rules over all 4 kings. So it feels like this person that's coming very well rounded and can offer, a variety of things instead of feeling like, you know, um, you're, given. I was trying to think of the example they gave the other night where it's like there's a glove, but there's how did they have it? Because there was, oh yeah, it was about a good fit. Taurus, a Taurus too. Well, oh yeah, the King of Pentacles. So they could be a variety of all these because you've got Earth energy, fire energy, and of course water, all here too. So, but they were like, whether someone's a good fit or not, it's like, yeah, we might be a like, uh, you know, um, five 5 fingers for 5, holes, or 5, a glove, not a glove, but there's 5 places for 5 fingers, but if they only have like 3 fingers, then it feels empty. It feels like something is missing, and that's the kind of energy that I have, with regarding them is like, yeah, when it's fits like a glove, it's like, well, there's only, you know, 3 fingers. And so when you're like, well, if I'm a glove, I feel like 2 of them are just, dangling there. It's like it feels that emptiness. So, but when you meet someone that's a perfect fit, then you feel everything just feels right. And I feel like that's who's coming for you. I love it. Anyway, so enough about gloves and fingers. Started to get weird. But I love that. So let's see. Okay, here's your fortune cookie. And so you've got this wonderful. I love these cards. And you got didn't believe. Believe is what it says. I know that's not very clear, but it says be open to all possibilities and opportunities. Let go of preconceived ideas. There is nothing to fear. You are constantly surrounded by love. Start to believe in yourself and trust your instincts. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities abound, provided that you're flexible and retain an open heart and mind. believe all is possible. I love that. Believe. So I'm glad that gave you what you needed there, the confirmation. And so good to see. I'm glad you have a good sense of humor. All right. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donation, Shanae. So grateful. All right. And then Patty, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So Patty times two. So we'll have two here for you. That's your timestamp. So Patty, thank you so much for your first donation. Let's give that a love and a like. Whoops. Try that again. A love and a like there. There we go. Let me take a quick sip of my coffee here. All right. So let's give this a shuffle here as we focus onto your energy, Patty. Good to see you. So, how does this week ahead look like at work? Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's take a look. How does your week look together at work? So, we've got this leading into this, leading towards this. And I do want this, but they want this being underlying energy of the week. So you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That must, maybe if that's not your work week, but you have day one, day two, day three, day four, day five of work. All right. Well, not too bad here. Let me see if you're here, Patty. Hey, Patty, you're here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. I know you're on the other side of the world, right? I think you are. So you've got the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is an energy of independence, of bounty and harvest, and with spirit being by your side here too. So this work week definitely feels very guided and very protected by spirit. It just feels like you're in this garden with spirit and just enjoying. And I feel like this energy, especially if we enter this week with gratitude, I feel like they're kind of nudging to say it'll be a productive week. It'll feel successful. You'll feel independent and pocketed away in a way. But if you go into it with gratitude, with spirit, just saying, I'm so grateful that knowing that everything that happens every moment in my life is for me, and I like that. So um, a good a good reminder. I'm going to go in and live and walk with spirit each moment as much as I can, even if I have to put like a silent vibrating, alarm on my phone for every hour to remind myself to come back to that space because, of course, life, this world full, which is a giant amusement park full of fear rides. There's so much activity that could pull us out of that mindset that we can always use reminders to bring us back in. So I feel like it's an important thing to do next week is just come back to gratitude and knowing, even when things seem like, what, why, how is this for me? That knowing that it is for me in some way and that I am divinely guided and divinely protected. So I like that. Right, let's look here. Yeah, we'll come back to the underlying energy for the week here. This is underlying energy for the week, but this is also. So let's start here. Day one of work, you got the high priestess. Yeah, here's this kind of energy of being alone. The high priestess steps out of the chaos, goes into her high priestess temple, again, connects with spirit, looks behind the veil, dives deep into emotions and understanding, trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. Very important on day one, but it almost feels like I'm pulling back and I'm. Um, if you could work from home, I'd work from home. Actually, the Nine of Pentacles is, I know you can't work from home with your current job, but I feel like there is this, at least having that high priestess temple within you that you can at least retreat within your own self. You're like a turtle, you carry your temple on your back. So when you need to pull in and feel safe, you have that. And I feel like that's a good thing for Monday. Oh, and that makes sense too. Day one, if your first day of work is tomorrow or the Monday, the Scorpio full moon is happening. So There's a lot of emotion flying all around. It's like, yeah, I'm going to stay in my pocket here because everyone is going to be feeling and experiencing emotion big time. So, yeah, I would definitely hide as much as I can. All right. And then day 2, you have the judgment card. Oh my gosh, this is a week here. This is your higher self calling you to see things from a higher perspective. And this is the calling card. It's like realizing what is it that I really want to do and where do I really want to go. And it is about seeing things from that higher perspective. And so, again, all this energy is about spirit looking higher, being pulled higher to see things from a realizing whatever's going on. If it's making me feel uncomfortable, then it might be that I'm being nudged from spirit to step out of where I'm at and go into something that's more in alignment with who I want to be and where I want to go. And as humans, we, of course, get into a comfort zone where we're like, well, this is comfortable. That seems scary and unpredictable. I'm just going to stay here. But until it becomes so uncomfortable, we're like, it's not worth staying here. It's worth stepping out and going in these directions, right? Yeah, right. To hide. Well, you can hide like emotionally. You can at least put up like a big energetic barrier, to keep everyone else's emotions from getting on you, right? So that's day 1, day 2, day 3. If this is Wednesday, if you have a regular work week, you've got the 2 of swords. Yeah, there is a battle between head and heart on Wednesday, on hump day. Again, if that's your work week, but it is that your mind is wanting to take you a direction, but your emotions are wanting to take you another direction. And this is a thing of close your eyes, open your heart. What do I want to do? If I have to make a decision on Wednesday, I'm going to step away, take a deep breath, get out of my head, close my eyes so that I'm not influenced. And I love this example of going from the mind down a spiral staircase and going to our heart's door and knocking on our heart's door. Our heart opens up, come in, and it gives us a hug, and you're like, what do you want for us? And your heart will be like, well, I would like to go this direction, and highly consider where your heart wants to lead you on Wednesday. All right. And then Thursday, you got the Fool card. So there's this brand new beginning, a world of possibilities. Um, Beautiful card of, you know, stepping into the unknown, going into you know, a new dream. It's like a childlikeness where they haven't been told, no, no, no yet. And they think that the world is full of possibilities and there's no restrictions. And I'm going to go do what I want to do kind of energy that comes in here. Um, so I don't know. This is like a big aha week. I feel like you're coming to this place of going, I'm ready to go do something that is more in alignment with who I am, not who I've been thinking I'm supposed to be, but who I want to be. I feel like this is a big culmination here. Let's see what Friday brings. Woo! 8 of Wands, a lot of fast moving energy. Boom, 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 boom. Feels like whatever this has been building and you've been thinking about a lot, I feel like Friday is a big day of action, of decision making, of movement, putting fire behind what you're wanting to do. Interesting. Let's see what this underlying energy. I'm like really curious. Well, the devil card, which is work. The devil card is Capricorn Saturn energy. They do rule over the 10th house of work. And so we do have this energy here. This whole energy is about uh, also being mentally challenged. Yeah, hopefully a new job offer comes this week, or you decide, excuse me, that I'm going to go do something, different. But the devil card really is this energy of questioning our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about around work. And it's a release of things, releasing of small t truths, anything that limits us, that blinds us, restricts us, makes us feel small, thinking something's not possible. It's really it makes us question these things. It's our shadow, and it does that for us to look at that. So I mean, if you're waiting for a job offer, this very much would support that you're getting a new beginning. Here Thursday is like woohoo, and then I feel like if it is Friday is like you're taking action, going, "Bye, I'm giving my notice." So I love all this. Even on the bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Cups and the Tower card and the Queen of Pentacles. All this is about, and the Ace of Wands. Holy crap! Oops, sorry. But you got the Ace of Wands, which is a new passion, a new beginning. Queen of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, following your heart, the abundance of that, the new beginning. The Tower is what no longer serves me, is blasted out of my life to make space for something that's more in alignment. It clears my path to move forward towards my heart's dream. And the Knight of Cups is the quest of the heart. So all of this energy is just like boom, 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 boom. About ending of something that's no longer in alignment with who you want to be and where you want to be, in a movement towards something uh, that is more true to you, and the where you're able to give the gift of you to the world. And I like that. Let's see what your fortune cookie says here, and then we'll move on to your second question. All right. Okay, they want this one. So here's your beautiful guardian angel. I love these cards. And you've got expression. Yes, expressing yourself. So express how you feel clearly, lovingly, and honestly without fear or judgment. Say it exactly like it is. All will be resolved when you express to others how you truly feel. Trust in the power of life to guide you and heal all concerned. Self-expression is liberating and healing. Yeah, somewhere where you can truly express who you are. I like this though. You're gonna tell them exactly how you feel. Maybe that's how you move to a new job, right? Listen. Whoa. It did say just to express yourself clearly, lovingly, and honestly. All right, so that's for your first one there, Patty. All right, and then for your second one, let's give that a love and a like here. Thank you again for your dual donations. And you want to know, will you be reprimanded for the postponed meeting? Oh, okay, let's take a look here. You'll try. I'll try. That's all we can do, is the best we can do in the moment, right? All right. So let's tap in. Based on current energies, will you be reprimanded um, for the postponed meeting? Let's see here. I really do want that one. There we go. And then we do want this one. And they do want this one here. And yeah, I knew there was one more, and this one here. All right. Okay. Well, yeah, it feels like there's going to be this opportunity to feel, with the Five of Pentacles here, is abandoned, left out in the cold, um, feelings of lack. In there, it's funny. Underneath that is the Fool card, which is makes it so easy for you to take this new opportunity. So I do feel like there's going to be some, you know, low vibrational feeling that attacks our worth. Um, and that's good. I know, because we're masochists as humans, no. But when our worth gets attacked by things of the outside world, it's so good for us, because it shows us how unpredictable and fickle and unstable that the outside world is. One day you can be the star, the next moment you're being, like you said, disciplined or whatever, because of one thing, and you're like, "Wow, what about giving me like a bit of grace for everything that I do?" And you're gonna get upset about that. You when you praise me, it's every once in a while, but I do one little thing, different, and you blow it all up. And so I do feel like with this Five of Pentacles, yep, and it's allowed you to go, Yeah, I'm glad I don't good reminder, I don't let you define my worth, you know? I get to decide what my worth is, not psh, 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 you know? So, let's see what else we have here too. Yeah, we got the Justice card, the balance of things here. I feel like this allows you to see things from a different perspective because I feel like again, this what I was talking about felt like uh unjust because it's like, balance it out, people, and that's the thing with corporations and businesses and stuff. We don't praise people enough for the jobs that they do. Even if they're coming in and just doing their job every day, we're like, thank you, for coming in and doing that. But if they do one thing that's not, hey, wow, my God, why'd you do this? You're on a written warning. It's like, come on, let's balance it out. Having been a manager in many different companies and different experiences throughout my life, it's like, yeah, we so much become dictators and in management, and fear makes us do stupid stuff, right? But I feel like it does feel unjust, and you're like, wow, okay. But I feel like this all helps just build up this uncomfortability to where you're like, I do want to go somewhere where I'm appreciated because I feel like you appreciate the job that you do and who you are, which has been a big growth that you've had over the last year, 2 years, where you're not defining yourself so much by what other people think. You're like, I get to decide who I am. But that when you get to this point, you also realize how out of touch some people are in evaluating people's worth. You're just like, wow, you guys are way off, right? That's what I feel with all this. So hopefully that resonates. Yeah, Seven of Swords, lies, deceit, um, thieving, trickster. And I do feel like I feel like what was happening isn't like it wasn't all up to you with all of this. There was a lot of hands, and all of them were like, "Oh no, it was you." It's like no one wants to take blame, and no, no, it was them. It was them. It was them. So I feel like there is lying and misrepresentation that comes in with all this too. Which, like I said, when a human, when our little inner child feels unsafe or out of control, uh, we do stupid stuff because our human, adult, compassionate, loving side gets booted out, and a little 2-year-old and its pet hissing cat are in charge, and they will hiss and attack and hiss and run away, or and attack and then run away. Um, yeah. So you're like, yeah, no big surprise, right? Because people are in fear. And when you realize that, I liked that what you were getting with your other reading because it's allowing you to see things from a different perspective and going, this isn't personal. These are a bunch of kids scared, and so they're blaming it all the other children. No, no, I didn't do it. They ate the last cookie. They broke the vase, whatever it is. I feel like we want to leap over to the end here and then we'll come back. Yeah, and here's those two of swords, we have the opportunity to, what story am I going to put to this? This is your power of this situation is, everyone has a story, everyone has an opinion, but the only one that matters in your life is yours. Because we all choose each moment. Am I going to put a story to what's happening in front of me of a higher vibration, one of joy and gratitude and unconditional love and laughter and play? And that higher, or am I going to go into fear and have it be something that's rooted in fear, any of those emotions of despair and sorrow, revenge, or whatever. And we can see the story differently, and we can be like, okay, I can look at this as thank you. And they'll be like, what? Thank you for helping me see what I really want in life, and you guys just really helped me with that, so thank you. And they're like, what just happened? Because it's like, thank you. All right. And you don't have to say it out loud. You can just thank you. All right, where do I sign? Okay. Psh, psh, it's like you guys need to do what you need to do. And inside you're like, but I know I get to do what I want to do too. And I feel like it's again a nudge. It helps you not feel so bad about pursuing what you want to do. Right. And then other here, yep, Four of Wands. joy, celebration. And I do, it's a gathering, but you can make it a gathering of joy. It doesn't have to be dun dun dun. You can be like, this is um, just going to help me move on to living my dream. And this is old. This is the old story. I'm moving on to a new chapter. So, yeah, whatever needs to end, whatever needs to happen here, we're moving into a different direction. So I love that. Underneath that, you have the 9 of Wands. Yeah, the thing that's been holding you back with the 9 of Wands. This is a beautiful freedom. It's the obstacle that's been, if you think of the 9 of Wands, if you would imagine that one they're carrying is right there, there's no space to move past something, but once they step into their power and they take their Ace of Wands to themselves, they realize there's a gap for me to flow into the next place of my life, and that's following my passion. It's me taking ownership of my energy and my power of choice, and that I get to choose that. So I like this for you. It does feel like there will be reprimandedness or whatever, and you know misrepresentation, and I like that you have expressed yourself in love and just say, well, I see where everyone's coming from. I would like the opportunity to share my side, if you haven't already, and just share that as from a loving, friendly place, right? And just like, so this is my side, and if you guys still feel like I need to be reprimanded for that, then all right. I understand you need to do what you need to do. But we don't need to say, and I need to do what I need to do. That's threatening, right? And it's like, I understand you guys need to do what you need to do. Inside you can go, and I'm gonna do what I need to do. All right. So I love this. Again, I like these angels. And your fortune cookie says guilt. That's what that says. Wow, how perfect. You do not need another's approval to feel worthy. It says worthy of love, but I like that because we're talking about I don't need someone else's approval to feel worthy. Regardless of what you've done or what you think you've failed to do, from your soul's perspective, there's neither right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you expand your awareness of love so that you may embrace ever greater spheres of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong. I like that it ends in there. You've done nothing wrong. So, your guardian angel and the spirit world, they are on your side and they're like, she's done nothing wrong. Wouldn't that be amazing if a guardian angel appeared in the meeting and they're like, let me tell you the truth? Everyone's like, oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I love it for you, Patty. I feel like this is a new adventure, and you deserve to be in a place where you are honored for you and who you are and what you bring. And this is the door shutting for you, um, so that you will go to this place and not remain in a kind of a toxic, abusive relationship with your job, right? So I like it. It's freedom that comes here for you. So I love that. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your donations. And good to see you. All righty. Let me scroll up here. All right. And we are at Melissa. Hey, Melissa, Melissa, Melissa times two. All right. So thank you for your first donation. Let's give that a love and a like since it lets me. And for your first question below. All right. Let's take a look here. I'm just going to take a sip here. All right. Wow. I feel your heart really going out for Sabrina. Of course, I just have to ruin the moment by it's not ruin the moment, but I have to have a disclaimer here in the United States that I'm not a licensed medical professional or psychologist or any of that. Of course, tarot's for entertainment purposes and for fun, and ultimately everyone makes their own decisions, and with everything in life, it's always good to bring a professional and get their opinion in making decisions. Blah, blah, blah. Disclaimer made. And the disclaimers in the description box of the video, too. All right, let's take a look here, Melissa. Let's find out what's going on here with Sabrina here. Okay. Let's take a look here. An interesting question, because I personally have never, from spirit, is that we can't be possessed by an entity or a spirit. We can be influenced by low vibration, but we can't like be possessed. But we can definitely go into extremities, especially when fear gets activated and we revert to, you know, um, 2-year old and other personalities, other characters we've created to feel safe. That's where schizophrenia comes from. Um, it's multiple personalities because we had to be, it's the extremities of such big trauma that we've had to create characters to be able to, it's almost like puppets to represent things so that the inner child can feel safe. It's got all these um, distractions for other people so that the true inner child can feel safe. So that's what spirit's saying anyway, and that makes sense. So let's find out here. We have the Six of Swords, so very mental energy here about moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. But there is these six swords for me do represent like six personalities, if that makes sense. Um, and I'll scroll down here in case you're talking down here, Melissa. Okay. Um, so I do feel like it's not like a possession or even an influence, but I do feel like fear has been you ignited and triggered her to go into um, activating these personalities that have been created to make her feel safe. Well, we'll find out more here. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, the 10 of Wands. So, yeah, a ton of energy flowing here. This burden energy with the 10 of Wands. Let's see what else is here. Yeah, the 10 of Swords. All this extremity. So, something really took things to the max. It's like when we can handle things up to a certain point, but as soon as it hits, it activates alarms, and that's what activated within. Let's see what this other one is here too. Yeah, even the Judgment card is two tens. And looking here, and it's like this. Here's that trumpet that sounded that activated all these things, brought all of these back from the dead here. Oh my gosh! One, two, three. One, two, three. Yeah, and there's 6 people, 6 things raised from the dead here. There's a little child there. So there's a total of 6 again. So really, I never saw that before. It stood out and they told me, count how many people here. This trumpet sounded, and that's what activated all of this. So something has triggered them to reactivate and bring all these characters back from the dead to protect themselves. So alarms were sounded. I do feel like this is the of the mind. And let's see what else we have here with these cards too. Where's this leading? Tell us about here. Okay. We do have the Four of Pentacles, which is the card of when we define ourselves by the outside world, which is all unstable, then we feel unstable. So this was a shaking of their worth, a shaking of their fear of not being worthy. And this is like it just went to an extreme with all of this, but that talks about the instability of the outside world, and when we're defining ourselves by that, that's why we feel unstable. And there was enough instability that came in here that it did trigger. What else do we want to know? Yep, the high priestess. So she has retreated. The high priestess, when she faces chaos in the outside world, um, she either goes of her own free will when she's experiencing things to go and connect with the higher realms, look behind the veil, dive deep into the deep depth of things. Um, or there's chaos and an attack, and then she retreats into her high priestess temple for protection. And I feel like this is what has happened here. So she's in there, but she's connected to the spirit world and looking and into her subconscious. So her personality has retreated for safety and to be able to balance and see what's going on. Yeah, and the Empress. Yeah. So this is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. She's nurturing herself. She's done this because she's caring for herself and protecting herself. And so this is what this self nurturing, this act here that's coming in there. Yeah. Seven of Swords, the thief, the deceiver, the liar. So, and I feel like this is this energy of mistrust and I think I don't know if your next question was what triggered them, and we'll dive more in there because I feel like this is a deceiver, deceit that was the person that they discovered something that someone was lying to him, cheating. There's some sort of deception going on, and it immediately took them to DEFCON 10 that activated all of this. So I definitely feel like it's of the mind and it's for protection and all of that. Hopefully that all makes sense and resonates. And we'll grab a guardian angel card here and then we'll dive into your second question here. And we'll see if spirit will tell us what you can do to help, because I know this kind of feels helpless when someone's going through that and your heart is going out to them. It feels so. Let's see what else. Okay, I want this one. So you got your guardian angel, and then you got compassion. Yeah. So it says, okay, very good. It says, dearest one, be compassionate toward yourself. Surrender the self criticism and fear that has you believing you need to improve in order to be worthy. You are perfect just as you are. The only thing that needs to change is your perception. You will come to realize the jewel you are when you love and honor yourself as you are. I love that. Um, I have a video here, and I'm just going to share it in case this resonates for anyone else too. But it's called, let's see, Heartache. Here it is. This is one of my episodes from my Take 10 with Zen, which is heartbreak, which, is what we feel when someone's going through something. Uh, yeah, it's not heartbreak. Heartbreak is when it's personal and something's happening. I have an episode for that too, but this one's heartache, where someone's going through something and our heart is activated. It wants to help them, but if we feel like there's nothing that we can do in the outside world, and we're very compassionate beings, this is why I got ignited with this compassion. Um, and our heart wants to be able to do something, but it can't. So it feels like a garden hose where you turn on the spigot, and so the water's flowing, but the nozzle isn't turned on, so it's tightening and tightening and tightening. That's what our heart feels like. It's like, oh, why does my heart ache? And usually when we can do something for someone in the outside world, then the energy flows and we don't feel that. But when we feel like we can't do anything, that's when that starts. And but it talks about how we can send love around to the person and to the higher self behind the person. And every time we feel that buildup, we can send it and release it in the spiritual realm. And it brings relief. And it's a win-win. But that love can go and help their higher self use it for whatever they want. And we get not to explode. All right. So hopefully that helps. Whoever that's for more than just Melissa and I. Feel free to check it. All right, Melissa, let's take a look here. Thank you for your second donation. I'll give that a love and a like here. And so you'd be able to provide any insight on what caused or triggered her behavior on Wednesday. She went into hermit mode for a year and came out a month ago, but now she was admitted on Wednesday. Okay, yeah, let's find out what's going on here. All right. So let's go in there. What was the cause here? So this is going back, right? I feel like there's something. This is what brought her into the hermit mode. And then this is what caused the trigger last Wednesday. Not that one, but that one and that one. Okay. Just like to take a moment here. I didn't like this earlier, and now I know why they had me. Wait, oh my god. I'm sorry. This is on the bottom of the deck. I just got shivers. So here is this. Here's the deceiver, the deception. So this is going to give us the underlying energy here. But we have Lord Ganesha, who's the remover of obstacles. And I have the heart chakra candle here, compassion, sending love. And so if everyone wants to join me and just, you can do this for yourself, inviting Lord Ganesha, giving them permission to move through our life and remove the obstacles that no longer serve us. And then we also bring this to the person you're concerned with. I think it was Sabrina. We open this up for her too as we light the candle here. Let me send out energy to anyone else that also wants an extra boost in this moment. Okay, beautiful. So, amazingly enough, I mean, bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords. Here is the deceiver, the liar. So they are the source of all this. It's like I love spirit. They're just like, let's make it really, really obvious and confirming, and I love it when they do that. So what happened that brought him into the hermit mode for 9 months, right? So the Queen of Wands. It's a fiery personality that was here. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, it brought heartbreak and disappointment. So there was someone here that really, really did a number on making them second guess their self-worth. And here's that heartbreak I was talking about, because we were talking about heartache. Well, here's the heartbreak. And the heartbreak comes when we go into fear, that feeling like something's piercing our heart, like you know our heart aches when it's feeling tight, but that heartbreak feels like someone stabbed it, right? Just cuts deep. And whatever this was, this divine feminine fiery energy really just pierced their heart here. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, the Five of Swords. There was a big conflict with the Five of Swords. So I don't know if there was a big argument, a big breakup, a big ending of someone. I felt like they really looked up to whoever this Queen of Wands was. Um, yeah, and here comes the Ten of Wands. Here's that activation. So the first time this happened, like we got in the last reading, the Ten of Wands took it to the to where they withdrew in because, and I feel like they were able to like curb it. They were able to alter course a bit, um, because in the episode last Wednesday, it went Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords, boom, boom, boom. It went. It like this one only. It started it like the alarm went off, and she did what she knows that she needs to do to avoid, and so she isolated herself to allow things to come down, right? And then she came out of that feeling, okay, I'm good. I can come out of the hermit mode. And then, bam, they either came across them again or a situation, something made them remember this from all that time ago, and that's what activated. Let's see what happened last Wednesday. So we've got the King of Pentacles. Here's the stability, the master of being grounded and all of that. So I feel like that's where they started. Um, and when they came out of that, they felt very grounded. They felt very, all right, we're good, we're good, we're good. Yeah. And then here's Divine Empress energy again. So whoever this is, I feel like they either, because it's, of course, it's not the Queen of Wands again, because I only have one card in each of these, but it's either they returned and came across their path again, or someone that reminded them of them, or someone that did the exact same thing to them. But it's divine feminine energy that really feels here that something happened that was the source of the trigger. And interesting, this energy, we have temperance and Four of Wands, which is um, like joy and happiness and celebration. The temperance, it's interesting. What I heard when I pulled this up is you don't deserve happiness yet. Um, you don't deserve this. So whatever was the message that made it into her brain by whatever actions this person was that just it came right back to this 10 of Wands, and then it amplified, and added something else, and let's see, does it tell us what this other thing. Yeah. So we got the Death and the Rebirth card here. It's something that ended like a I feel like this is something that ended in an argument and stuff here, but when they were like, "All right, I feel good, let's step out," and then something ended with someone else. So they did confirm here. It's 2 different people, but it's similar situations and an someone that they thought was important. It's like, "I don't deserve to be happy." And the Death card here, it's an ending, a beginning, but I feel like, suicidal, energy, and it was like, "Oh, no," that was the second alarm. When it went that far, the alarm went off, the trumpet sounds, and they're like, "Oh, no, 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 we need protection, we need to withdraw, we're not going that route for death. We're going to take a break, come here. These other children will play and will be you, but you need to come here." And so that's the withdrawal that she's gone inside because of this pain. So whoever these were, these 2 important divine feminine energies, um, there was a rejection, there was an ending, and she took it very deep, with all that. Yeah. She felt like, "Okay, well, I think maybe we're ready, but we'll see here." And your fortune cookie that just came flying out of the deck. This one is patience, right? Patience is required at the moment. You may feel that things are not moving as fast as you would like, right? We want her to get over this. Come on, we need you to be better. Yet there's a lot going on energetically. The current situation causing concern is evolving positively. Let go and have patience. You will eventually realize that this whole event was, in fact, a blessing. All is perfect as it is. Trust. You are eternally loved and guided. Wow. I love that. So, part of that, if you watch that video, it's about, that's how we release. It's like, I feel out of control. I'm giving it to you, Creator. I'm sending love energy to their higher self and knowing that I can't control what's happening over there. But what I can control is my story, my emotions, my energy, and my actions. And part of all that is that I can send love forward to them. So I like that. All right. So that is what they have for you, Melissa. I love your heart. I know it's hard when you care for people so deeply to not feel like I need to be doing something, but maybe that energy, knowing that you can send love energy, and that's really the biggest thing we can do for anyone. Because when we realize that I can't uh, control other people's choices, their mental choices, emotional choices, energetic or physical choices, we can make it easier and easier or harder, for you know for that for people to choose what they're going to choose. But ultimately, we can give some in the world and they can still choose lower vibration. But it's a good, realization that I can send love and focus on what I can do in my world. So I like that. You're very welcome. Thank you so much. All right. So we'll give you guys an update. We have several more donations here. Hey, Sassy Libra. Yeah, I'll answer in order with all those. I did answer that last night. I did complete all readings yesterday. I didn't get to any free reading. This is good for everyone to know. I didn't get to any free readings in my 6+ hour session in the morning. And then in the second one, the evening session I went into, didn't get to any free readings. So after I went to spend time with my Praying Mantis members, I went on a third live session, came back on and finished out. I had one donation I didn't complete, and then all the free readings were completed last night in that latest session. So if you want to check that out there, you donated, and I can, once I get through in order of the donations, I can try to dive deeper into there for you too. Or if you listen to that and you want to have a different question for your donation, please feel free to come back and do that too. So there's a link. If you go to the like last night's the very last session, if you go into the comments, I always do a pinned comment. Well, I've been doing it for 2 or 3 weeks. A pinned comment that lists everybody's name and the timestamp. So all you have to do is find your name and click on it. It'll take you right to your reading. So it's easy breezy now. So there you go. All right. So let's take a look here. We'll give everybody an update here. So up next, we will have. All right. Wow, there's several more. So we have Moonlight 5 will be up next, and then Sonali Thakur. And I do have both. Let me take a look here. We've got PayPal and CashApp also. So I just need to bounce back and forth here for a moment. Thank you guys for your patience here. And I will get to everything today as well. Because I do, um, I'm on for like 2 hours. So I'll be on for about 45 more minutes. Then I go spend an hour and a half with my Praying Mantis members. And I might get a bite to eat, and then I'll come back on and finish out everything. So we will get answers for everyone today at some point. So just if that helps. Let's see here. All right. Yep. So by timestamps, then we will have Midnight Dragonfly. Thank you for your donation there. So we'll come back around. I see your email. So we got that. Okay. And then we have Namira will be up after that. And then we have Siri, Amanda, and then Valerie. That's when you pop in here. So thank you, Valerie. And let's continue down the list here. Let me see. Going back and forth here. Okay. Then we have Miss K. And then Olivia. Got you there. Okay. Then we have Sean G via the CashApp. Right. And then we come back to Musical Beer. And then back to Olivia. So I'm just double checking timestamps here. Oh, Olivia again. So Olivia times 2 then after that. Thank you so much for your multiple donations there. All right. And then, okay, then we have over here. And then Maria P. So that's quite the list. I know that we're going to go beyond 45 minutes for those, of course. And then we have Sassy Libra. And then to Shanae Govender. Thank you, Shanae. Shanae. All right. That one there. And then Marita. I think that's it. All right. So that's where we're at right now. So it says a long list. We will get to everyone today. I will, of course, not get through all the donations by the end of this in about less than 40 minutes. But I will, once I go and spend time with my Praying Mantis members, and I probably will just grab a little bite to eat. I'll come back on, and then we will finish everything out. I always put comments after each stream, listing all the readings I completed and the timestamps, so that you can find it. So if you're like, well, I'll be back later today, then bye. I'm gonna go live, and I'm like, that's cool. Definitely you could do that, and I try to make it easy to find your reading. And then also when I come back on for the stream in the afternoon, I put in the description box of the video the order in which I'm going to complete them. That way, if you're wanting to watch and hang out, you can see where you're at in the list if you want to watch live. But you can always come back after the stream is completed and go right to your reading as well. So whatever you would like to do. And I appreciate all the patience in getting to the readings. I know we all want to hear from spirit right away, and I wish that I could clone myself and be able to do everyone at the same time. So I definitely appreciate all your love and support and all of your patience in getting to those, and it means a lot. So thank you. All right, so that is where we're at. Hopefully that is helpful. Let me jump back over here and get everything back to where it was. All right, let me just scooch this over. All right. So Moonlight 5, we are to you. So 127.39. So let's grab that, put that down here. There we go. All right. So Moonlight 5, let me find you up here. Scroll, scroll, scroll. All right, there it is. Let me give you a love and a like here. You said, thanks for all the your last readings. They were so spot on. Oh, thank you. I love hearing that. My human side loves that reinforcement, especially about the people that you've been attracting for the last couple of years, right? Not an easy period, but you're learning. Yeah, and you're not alone. We're very human. We are humans in this lifetime, so you're definitely not alone. We've all learned our lessons the hard way, and we're all learning new things too, always. So yeah, you're not alone. So be gentle with yourself too. No judgment here for sure. So you're wondering, for the last months, you've been feeling more and more like you want to disconnect with people and circumstances in your life. Why is this so? Are you supposed to change your path? A higher meaning? All right, let's take a look. All right, sorry, I'm just going to take a quick sip here too. All right, so tell us what is this draw for hermitude, or not really hermitude, but leaving specific people and situations behind, right? They do want those, and then they want those two, and then they do want this one. Wow, and then this one. Okay, got it. But these are underlying. All right, we are good. Put this over here. Scooch, 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 scooch. But I feel like these aren't underneath these. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you do have the, oh my God, you have the 7 of Cups. The reason I'm laughing, I'm not gone crazy yet, I don't think. We got the Hermit card underneath there, so here we go. And the Page of Cups. So here is the relationships and situations, the underlying energy. They're like, "Yep, you are being called away." And the Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck is to find the higher love here. And I feel like a lot of all this does have to do with, you know, you have learned a lot of your big lessons of what you were to learn through these mirrors that are mirrored in situations and with people. And you've been growing so much and learning so much that it's like, all right, it's like when you move from one grade to another or like one school to another, you're saying goodbye to all your teachers, going, "Thank you, it's been a joy. Here's your apple." Some of them have an apple with a worm in it because you deserve it. No, I'm just kidding. But it's like, "All right, thank you," but it is the movement away from situations that are no longer needed in your life. You're releasing these things that have served their purpose, but now it's no use, as they say, in beating a dead horse. It's like, okay, that's done. I don't need to keep repeating it. I got it. I got it. Release. And now you're opening up and ready for a new stage that you're headed into. Um, so your path has been changing. Um, it's just a matter of you don't need. It's like you moving from a wintry path into a spring path, and the coats and the stuff that you were wearing, you don't need anymore. You're like, "Ugh, tossing that." It's like if you ever move, like, if you grew up in, like, Northern Alaska and you have all these coats and all these warm clothes, and then you move to Hawaii and you're gonna live in Hawaii the rest of your life. You're like, "I am not taking my coats with me, my parka coat, my gloves, my hat, my heavy pants." You're, like, dumping a lot of stuff you no longer need. So hopefully that makes, sense there. So we'll take a look here. Let me just scroll down here, see if you're down here. Alright. Hey! You are here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Alright. So you have Ace of Pentacles, which is this opportunity of opening, to new it's a new opportunity. It's the new path, the new opening. And I mean, literally, you're headed off into a new path through this little portal here. So I really like that. Um, and then you have the Knight of Swords. So here's the movement, the quest for higher knowledge, everything that's going in there. So I love that. This is all about the quest is continuing. You're moving forward and heading in those directions. So I really like that there for you. So it's all supporting this. You're on a quest for seeing things from even a higher perspective, ready to go to the next. Got the Seven of Wands. Yep, this is you standing up, not asking permission to shine, not dimming your light for anyone, but shining bright. Um, no need to explain who I am and why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm going to be me. What a wonderful, refreshing place this is, where the path you went through, this dark, wintry path, right, has really brought you to this place, right? Yeah, right. So I love that. And the Four of Pentacles, yeah, this you're finding the solid foundation of who you are from the inside, not the outside, right? This big piece of what you've been learning is people's actions or non-actions, their words or their silence don't have any definition on who I am. I get to decide that. And this release of your attachment to people's opinions and actions and everything else is a big piece of this freedom. Yeah, and the Ace of Wands, yeah. Going to a new level here, new upgrades, new energy. And there is this new passion of life. And I feel like you were talking about, like a higher calling or something like that. It definitely has that idea of following your passion, following your heart, as you stepped out of your mind. So I like that. Let's see what these other two cards are here too. So you got the Hierophant and the Hanged Man. Two perfect cards to come out together because this is about seeing things from a higher perspective, you know, having learned so much. There's even a little bit of a teaching and helping others with what you've learned that kind of is mixed in here a little bit too. But the biggest thing is that you're showing people by how you're living and who you're being. It's not necessarily you have to have like a course that you're teaching or that you're telling them this is what you should do. It's none of that. It's look at my life and people are going, who are you? You've changed so much. What did you do? And you're like, well, number one, I did this, and they're like, wow. And I just feel like you're able to help others just by how you've changed and how you've looked at yourself differently. So I like that. And then the underlying energy, yeah, the sun. So this bright victory, this new light is being shown here. And you are moving into a new territory, like spring into summer, kind of, you know, sticking with that analogy of the wintry path you're on, and you've gone into spring, and now you're going into like a summer mode. But a bright light shining on areas of your life in such ways. One of the great things I've heard, like with the sun card explained, is it shines a bright light on your entire life, even into the corners where the cobwebs are. We're like, what? But we're like, okay, I sweep those things away. And I just feel like it's, like in the beginning when you start a big project of like, all right, I'm going to purge all these things in my house. You're like, oh God, it's the starting of it is like, feels so heavy and like a burden. And as you whittle your way through sorting everything and doing it, before you know it, you've like cleansed a lot of things in your house. Now you're just going through some drawers and a closet, and but everything else just feels fresh and new. And now it doesn't feel like a big overwhelming burden. It's actually exciting to look into some things because the freedom that you got used to, the feeling of how good it feels when a room is clean and not cluttered. And I just feel like this is this energy of where you're going, and that's why you're wanting to dump a lot of this stuff because you're purging, going, all right, I have the piles ready for the garbage and for Goodwill or whoever I'm donating, right? It's like, all right, I'm ready to let these things go. And it leaves this beautiful space for new things for you. And the Knight of Cups. Yeah. And this is all here about your quest for your self love. So it's all part of this journey that you're on. And the nudges aren't reactionary, like you're not in fear trying to run away. The It's like it's not, you're not running away, you're headed towards something with all this. So I like that. So that's what they have, and we'll pull a fortune cookie here. But I like all this. Great affirmations, great understanding of why you're being drawn for these things. And I just like it. I like it. I like it. Let's see what your fortune cookie says here. All right, here we go. So it's your guardian angel. And you have love, 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 the pink heart chakra, the higher heart chakra. So negative thoughts and feelings, and it says are, but I feel like were. So negative thoughts and feelings are/were sabotaging your pursuit of happiness. We, your angels, are here to help you heal, and they have helped you heal, allowing our healing light to flow through your heart. Consciously infuse each negative thought or feeling with love and light. Feel both your heart and mind aligning to your soul's sacred purpose and unleash your divine potential through the power of love. Wow. I love that. Boom. And there we go. The Knight of Cups, the search of love that's there, right? So I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So that is what they have for you, Moonlight. All right. And let me just quickly here. All right. And Sassy Libra, let me find that link real quick. And this is for anyone that had free readings yesterday. So let me just take a quick sec. Because if you're only seeing donations, I think you're looking at the wrong one. Um, because I know there's a big long list of all these here. So yeah, this would have been this one here. Let me grab here. Let me grab the link. Come on, come on. And let me just make sure. Let me check the comments. Make sure I did it right, because let me see here. And do I see your name down here? Yeah, so your name's in this one. All right. So here is the let me see your last night's makeup session for all all free readings. There you go. So if you click on that one, Sassy Libra, and anyone else that wanted to see their reading from yesterday, I didn't get to any free readings in my 6-hour morning session because you guys are so generous and so many donations. I'm so grateful. It's how I make my living and how I eat. So I'm very grateful. Excuse me. And then my first evening session, I did not get to any free readings. And then after my Praying Mantis, I came back on for a couple hours and finished out all the other readings. So that's what that link is for there. I'm so sorry. It's choking me up. I'm so grateful. Okay. I think we're good there. So I really am very grateful, not to downplay my gratitude at all. I wouldn't be able to do any of this and share these messages without you guys. So thank you so much. And thank you for the thumbs up too. I know not everyone can give donations and um, be YouTube channel monthly members. And that's why I like to make sure I do as many free readings as I can too. But a thumbs up is free and it does help spread the Zen love, and you can be part of the love tsunami. So thank you guys that do that too. It all helps. And commenting and sharing me with others, sharing the channel with others. Be more specific. All right. Sorry. Bentley, spring has arrived here. Let me just throw a cough drop in here. That'll help. All right. So back to readings. We've got, let's see, Sonali Thakur. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. We'll throw that down here. Boom. There we go. So Sonali, let's find your donations up here. Yeah, there you are. So thank you for your sticker, the spoiler alert, and for your donation. Hello, hello. So you want to know, excuse me, AJ's intentions towards you. Does he like you? He's a friend. All right. Let's take a look here. Okay, what are his intentions towards you? Does he like you? And anything else we need to know? Okay, we're just going to go with all those too. All right. It does look like here with this Six of Cups. I don't know if you guys have been lifelong friends, but this definitely is the Six of Cups is either childhood friends or, and I feel like it's more this, that it's past life connections. So you guys have had many lifetimes together and you might feel like this draw to them, like a real comfortability with them. So we definitely have like this draw that's there. You have the Chariot card on his intentions. We have the Chariot is like the power of choice, and they're kind of trying to decide what their intentions are towards you. The Four of Swords is a peace of mind. So their mind is at rest right now. They don't feel like a big rush to make a decision here right now. So they're kind of in a unsure of what they're wanting to do with what they're feeling. Let's see here if do they like you? Do they have these? They really enjoy here the Knight of Swords. They enjoy the conversations that they have here with you because that's the card of the mind and communication. And the Three of Cups. There's joy here. They like the friendship that they have here with you. because there's joy, and the Three of Cups is community and like a group of friends. So they really enjoy your friendship and they enjoy the communication. I don't feel like they're in a rush to make any decisions here yet. Let's find out more about that here with these cards because, yeah, the Page of Cups, they are looking for higher love with the Page of Cups. Yeah, the Seven of Swords. They do have these fears that keep them from acting, though. These fears of rejection. And whenever it's like friends, and sometimes they're friends of family, there's friends, a friends group. It's like, I don't want to screw it up by uh, taking the chance, right? Because what if, like if they're thinking, I wonder if they like me, and so they ask you, do you like me, and you don't, and you're like, no, then it's awkward, right? And then that's why we're afraid to speak up. One, we fear rejection, that they're going to say, oh no. The other thing is, oh no, I don't, and then it's always going to be odd and awkward. It's going to feel like that's our fear, that it's always going to be awkward. And then we're thinking it's awkward, we make it awkward. Or they do feel the same, you get together and it doesn't work out, then it's even more awkward because it's like, oh, they brought their new person to this, our friends group or whatever. Now we both lost someone we're dating and a good friend too. And that's that fear that's here on them wanting to go forward. They do have there's emotion there for you and they care about you, but I feel like these fears keep them from moving forward. Yeah. Two of Pentacles, they're kind of keeping this balanced approach here. And the Seven of Pentacles, they're kind of going with the flow just to see what unfolds. The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And so they're just kind of seeing where things happen. And that's why they're not in a rush for it. Um, but I don't feel like they've really let their heart feel the depth of the emotion that's there, because they don't want to. It's kind of like they're denying the emotion that's there in a bit, because if I'm pretending and I can just pretend that it's friendship, just friendship, that's what I feel. I care about you, but it's not going to go any further, then I won't overthink and allow all this stuff to happen. So I do feel like they like you, and their intentions right now are just to keep things unfolding and seeing how things go, and how our lives all end up and go. So they're not in any rush to share it, because of those fears mainly. So your guardian angel, beautiful guardian angel coming in. You have self-criticism. And this says, we, your angels, ask you to please be more compassionate towards yourself. Observe the times when you have critical thoughts about you and make an effort to replace these negative thoughts with positive, loving ones. You are a wondrous being of light, even if at times you think you are less than perfect. Remember that God and divine perfection exists in all things. So you are perfect. And other people's actions or non actions, right? Their words or their silence don't mean anything about you. It just tells you about what they're going through, right? All right. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, Sonali. So many blessings to you. All right. And I'm sorry, wasn't down here if you were here. Okay. um, Sassy Libra, if you click on the link that I gave you and there's comments, if you expand the comment, list everything and your name's down there with the timestamp. So um, I know sometimes you just have to expand and click on more for the comments to see them all. But that's all I can do for you right now. I think I've gone above and beyond. So try to look at that the link that I provided uh, here a moment ago, and then you can find your. It's really easy to find. All right. If you didn't, let me see if I can grab it again here. I posted it just a moment ago, so maybe you don't see it when you come back in. Let me just do that here. There you go. All right. So, Midnight Dragonfly, you are up here. So, thank you so much for your donation via the PayPal. And let's take a look here. So, I see your emails here. Let me just do here. So, you went on a date. Ooh, okay. All right. Yeah, I do it here if you want it here, or we can do it in Mantis, whatever you prefer. Oh, yeah. I see your second question here. When it's a fear, and people are like, "Oh, girl, you're in danger," like from Ghost. If people are saying, um, uh, danger, 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 and all of that, it's a ploy to get people, to um, get your business and all that. Ooh, you're cursed. Spirit has told me you're cursed, and if for 10 easy payments of 9.99, we can take the curse away from you. Or like in this one, your astrology chart, there's danger and you need to know about it. So contact us and we'll tell you how you can overcome it. So, um, but we can definitely, see if there's anything out there. But I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a human thing, It's like that's why news focuses on like the bad things because drama sells and fear sells. So, that's what, you know, comes in there. So we'll pull a quick card for that. But let's talk about love here first. Actually, we'll just pull a quick card here. Are you in? Did you ever see Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg? Girl, you're in danger. Are you in danger? The devil. Dun dun dun. No. That's funny that the devil card comes out because that's Capricorn Saturn energy. It's all about, you know, our shadow helps us face fears so that we can be free from them. And so we're never in danger, when we trust that our life is unfolding perfectly and each step of the way, and that we're eternal beings, we never die. What danger is there really? It's like, meh, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I've had a good life. I'm just going to go on to another adventure. I'm already on a million other adventures as my huge souls express has all these expressions across galaxies and dimensions and universes and frequencies. It's like it's just a little bit, you know. So nothing to fear there. Fear is false evidence appearing real. So we got nothing there. Yeah. So it's like we get in our head, but things come up for us to question our fears so that we can be released from our fears. So you can even, that's a good, everything happens on purpose. So even getting an email from an astrologer who was trying to get our business, it's the message for us. What am I fearing? What danger would I fear? And then we look at it and going, yeah, what are my fears? It's a good process, right? So I like that. All right. So yeah, so nothing to fear. There's nothing like going whoop 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 off that. But let's jump into the important question, right? So you went on a date. I love that you're getting out and meeting people. After being in solitary self-confinement for a while, it's good that you're feeling comfortable, and I like that. Uh, Ben also likes that. He's like, "That's right. Gosh." He just did a Napoleon Dynamite. Gosh, gosh. All right. Um, okay, let's take a look here. So let's get a reading on what they want you to know about this. Yeah. All right. So the 8 of Pentacles on the bottom, you do have the, putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, um, brings us the fruit of our labor, and I feel like this is a message of all this inner work that you've done has allowed you to be really open-minded and allowed you to, like, see people, right? Yeah, he definitely knows you're a catch. Yeah, and that's good, um, because you do deserve to have, um, the things that make you happy, right? Um, but I also feel like because of the place that you're in your life, you're you're seeing things and all the spiritual growth and all of the growth of gifts and everything. You really see the capacity of who someone can be. And there's like this like kind of just an awareness. Go in with your eyes open that what you see in someone else, the capacity or capability of who someone could be, doesn't mean that's who they are and who they will be. So try to like see through the eyes of the moment of who they really are and not who you see of who they could be and all that you feel within them, because it doesn't mean they're going to express that, or even if people have the capacity to be someone, doesn't mean they're going to choose to be it. That's funny. So they're just go in with your eyes open, right? Let's see what else they want you to know here. Yeah, the Hierophant. See things from a higher perspective. A lot of relationships are about growth and what am I learning about myself, right? You have the Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, definitely focusing on self love, right? And the Four of Cups, which is the emotional. It's like you're getting a lot of um, individuals coming in that are showing you the capacity of different, not what we used to like a long time ago, but new things, right? Yeah. So, there's a lot of these things, but this energy is about just just remember that what you're trying to find first is your self-love, right? These are 3 cups, these are 3 people in the outside world, but and you're bored with them because what you're looking for is that Ace of Cups. So you're really looking for your self-love, and you're seeing these reflections of individuals, and you're seeing people in a whole new way because every relationship in the outside world is a reflection of your self-love projected out. And now that you're you know, having the self-love that's higher and higher, you're seeing people in a different light too, because they're reflecting back your emotion, right? So be aware of all that going in here. I feel like this is what this is about, is that there are several individuals because, you know, if you realize the people that you've met several, I would say a few, not several, because three, right? 3 cups here. There's 3 people that I've met that have been like, wow. And it's amazing that I've met these 3 amazing people. Well, it's because they're reflecting you. These 3 mirrors are amazing. Look at these beautiful people. It's because it's you. Yeah. So it's like, wow. And that's the whole thing is, if we're looking in mirrors and the reflection doesn't change, then, you know, because it doesn't matter what mirror we look in, if we're not changing, the reflection doesn't change. But as we change, the reflections change too. You're like, I didn't realize everyone was so amazing. Yeah, you do get bored, right? So there is this, just enjoy getting to know people, but return to self-love, right? Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. Because we have the 7 of Swords, which is the liar, the deceiver, which doesn't mean that's them. I'm just gonna look at all 3 cards here because you got the 2 of Pentacles, which is balance of the outside world, and the 4 of Pentacles, yeah, solid foundation. Realizing that when we, look into the outside world to define us, that's when we feel unstable. And so, that's why this is all pointing us back to inward, because eventually we do become bored with the instability of people in the outside world. And we turn inward and upward. And then we have that. So you have the 4 of Cups, you have the 4 of Pentacles coming in here. Yeah. And then the Death and Rebirth card underneath the surface here. So I do feel here like not that they're a deceiver or a trickster or a liar, but this goes more to our mindset that we to remember that someone doesn't fulfill our life, make our life any better. They just the greatest thing that a person in our life can do is for them to make it an easier choice for us to choose, seeing our higher vibration stories, our higher vibration emotions, our higher vibration energy, and our higher vibration physical actions too. And and it's like in the end, we realize that's why we get bored, because we're looking for them to be something that we're finding on the inside. But until we fill up on the inside with our self-love and it's overflowing, when what people give becomes above and beyond extra, they're just dessert, fourth dessert, third dessert, fourth dessert, fifth dessert. We find the 10-course meal inside of us that fills us up and that overflows, right? So I feel like it's like enjoy people for who they are, but realize it's you that you're wanting to expand your love. And then you don't look at expectations of what someone can or cannot bring, because you don't, you can take it or leave it in a way, right? And I'm sorry, I didn't realize we are so close to one. I'm going to head off here in a sec. So I'll see you here in a moment. We can continue on in our Praying Mantis session. But you got dreams is your fortune cookie. Um, This is a wondrous time of healing and positive transformation. Embrace life each moment and keep focused on your dreams. Retain the purity of your vision, and you will draw success to you. All you ever wished for, even that which seemed a distant dream, is about to manifest, right? I love that. I love it. I love it. And we can continue here in a moment too as we pop over there. But I do need to grab here um, screenshots of all this, and I will post here in a moment too. Um, the timestamps of the ones I completed in here, and of course, I didn't complete um, any free readings in this session, but I will be back in maybe about 2 hours, and I'll finish everything um, today. And of course, for the donations, we will dive deep as per usual. And when I return, I will put in the description box of the video the order in which I'm going to complete all the readings. And after I'm done with the stream, I will post a pinned comment with the timestamps so you can find your reading much more easily. All right, I'm just taking screenshots here. Thank you guys for your patience, because I want to make sure I grab all the questions. I think that's right up here. Okay. I just saw the Gemini. Yeah, the list is pretty long, isn't it? But I will get to them today, so you can always put it out there, and we will get to it today. I will complete everything today. Just might be a few hours, but we will get messages for the group. Okay. Just to make sure here, getting close to the end here. Oh, I knew it. It jumped. There it is. Okay. Let's see. We'll do that here. Okay. There we go. All right. Very good. Oh, you got it. Yay. I'm so glad you got it, Sassy Libra. A more specific place you could look. All right. Yeah, we'll dive in that and see if spirit will guide. I had someone once, oops, when I should go, that was looking for something, and I saw pictures of children's books and whatever, and they found it under children's books. It was amazing. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much, and for all your patience and getting to your readings. Valerie, I did not get to yours yet, so we will return that in. I'm going to go and put a quick comment in the stream after I'm done here, and then we will jump in. So thank you guys again so much for your patience in getting to your readings. I am very grateful. All right. Oops. And Aries rising. Let me grab that one real quick. All right. Right. So in the meantime, also, if you want to watch something, if you haven't checked it out yet, in the meantime, we do have a Scorpio full moon tomorrow. Here's a video if you want to check that out. It has a collective reading, but it talks about the moon energy. How you can make the best of it too. So, all right, everybody, I'm late to my Praying Mantis meetings. I'm so glad they're so loving, but I don't want to take advantage of their graciousness. So until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. Of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. Remember, have fun. Because why are we being so serious, right? All right. We'll see you guys soon.